What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB, back in the building, back with another video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into this one really quickly, guys. Today, guys, we're talking about the WBO middleweight champion of the world, Demetrius Boo-Boo Andrade. Now, last night, guys, I did drop a video on the WBC middleweight champion of the world, Jermall Charlo. And we talked about how he wanted Demetrius Andrade to face off against Juan Montiel first before entertaining the idea of unifying at 160. Now, we all know Charlo over the weekend, fought Montiel. Tougher than expected fight for him, I think. A lot of us thought he was going to knock Montiel out. It didn't happen. Montiel had other plans. He was a lot tougher, I think, than Jermall expected him to be. Even hurting Jermall in the fight in the later rounds. I saw some things Jermall could have done better in the fight. I thought he was getting hit way too much as well. Just some holes in his game that he probably needs to tweak. But he did win the fight. And like I said, he received some criticism for it. And but him wanting Demetrius Andrade to face Montiel first before unifying at 160. A lot of us just didn't understand that one. It just wasn't a good look, in my opinion. So I want to read. I got the article pulled up here. I want to read what Demetrius Andrade had to say about what Charlo had to say about him facing Montiel, and give you guys my take on this whole situation at 160 and 168. So let me grab my laptop, guys, and we're going to get into this real quick. Okay, so the title reads, it says, Demetrius Andrade fires back at scared Jermall Charlo. It says Jermall, who's of course is Charlo's twin brother, has more courage. So it says here, Demetrius Andrade lashed back at Jermall Charlo on Monday, calling him a damn fool, and saying his brother Jermall has more courage than him after his comments last Saturday. WBC middleweight champion Charlo told the press after his fight with Juan Montiel that if Andrade wants a fight with him, he needs to beat Montiel first. If that wasn't enough of a hurdle, Charlo also said that the sanctioning bodies, commissions, and the networks would also complicate things for a fight between him and WBO 160-pound champion Andrade. Okay, so let's get down here and see if we can find out what Andrade had to say. His quote. Okay, here it is. It says, at least Jermall Charlo has got some balls and is trying to be undisputed at 154. Jermall, let's unify in September. Hashtag you're scared, said Demetrius Andrade on Twitter. Okay, so let's put this down here. And, I talked about this last night. I talked about how I respect Jermall Charlo. But, guys, it looks like he's ducking Demetrius Andrade. I just don't understand what his angle is. We know there's 4 champions at 160. We've heard Jermall Charlo talking about fighting Triple G. We know he's not going to get that fight. Triple G doesn't want to fight him for whatever reason. He doesn't want to fight. He's ducking Jermall. He's looking to fight Ryota Murata in Japan in December. So the only option for him is Demetrius Andrade. So why would he want Andrade to face off against Montiel when the name of the game is collect the titles at 160? He claims he campaigns at 160 and he wants to unify at 160. So why not go ahead and unify in September? It just seems like, he's throwing all these obstacles in the way and just doesn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. He talked about the sanctioning bodies and the networks, and we know if fighters want to fight each other, fights can be made. Look, We have the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fights. That fight's been made. Canelo Alvarez is facing off against Caleb Plant sometime in September for Undisputed at 168. You know, that fight, they're on different networks. That fight can be made. Fights can be made. So I don't see that. You know, that sounds more of an excuse, in my opinion. But I will say this: I don't understand what Charlo's trying to do. But if I was Demetrius Andrade, if Charlo doesn't want to fight me, then I would do what Charlo needs to do. Go up to 168. Face off against David Benavidez or Danny Jacobs. Put yourself in position to get the Canelo Alvarez fight, in a position where you can't be denied. Because let's face it, Demetrius Andrade invaded Canelo Alvarez's press conference after Canelo Alvarez's win over former WBO super middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders. And we know he wants to smoke with Canelo Alvarez. So if Charlo doesn't want to dance, go up to 168, fight one of those guys, and put yourself in position to face Canelo Alvarez where you can't be denied. And I think the best option would be David Benavidez. He's the biggest threat at 168. If you can chop him down, then, you know, Canelo can't really deny you. Right now, Canelo's focused on Caleb Plant. He's focused on becoming undisputed at 168. He'll be the first person to do that, the first Mexican to ever do that. And, you know, he's doing what he said he was going to do. And I discussed about these guys waiting around for Canelo to throw him a bone. Make your own lane and put yourself in a position where, you know, he has to fight you. But it just seems like Jermall Charlo doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. He doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. There's no options for him at 160. You know, you can't keep on fighting the Juan Montiels of the world. You got to step up in competition. You can't get sharper unless you fight sharp competition. People that's on your level. So I just don't understand where he's coming from. Maybe the fans, you know, getting on his head will pressure him to go ahead and take that fight. It's a tough fight. Andrade's a skillful boxer, and he has power. And, you know, maybe Jermall Charlo's afraid to fight him. Maybe he's afraid to lose his title. Maybe he's afraid to lose his O. But, you know, guys, the name of the game is competition. You know, I just don't get some of these fighters these days. So you guys tell me what you think about what Demetrius Andrade had to say. Do you think Jermall Charlo's ducking that smoke with Demetrius Andrade? Do you think Demetrius Andrade should just go ahead, go up to 168, try to get a fight with David Benavidez, since clearly Charlo doesn't want to do it, and put himself in a position where he can't be denied by the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez? Let me know in the comment section, guys. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.